think we're back. Rest in peace. Well, oh, you know, guys, we're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. It was the super gel. I believe it. No, should we
crash the internet.
The sales on the website
Broke the
crashed the
internet.
internet.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, guys, that was...
We don't care. You know what? Our loyal
Dude, this
guys
was
will
so
come
good.
back.
This was one of the first live feeds in a long time. It started out smooth, no technical difficulties, no problems.
And then what did Clint do?
Clint broke it again.
Who knows?
#
We're
low
accepting
hole Clint.
applications.
Because of that, we're gonna give away some Nick Wax for all you new people that are joining in here with us. We're gonna give you guys a couple bottles of Nick Wax. We're gonna give you the Tech Wash here, and then the TX Direct Wash In. Basically, this allows you to restore your Gore-Tex, restore your waterproof fishing clothes that you have. It's awesome, awesome stuff. So who wants to win it? Just comment yes, I want to win it, or no, I'll never use it.
And because you guys were right back with us, because you know that pretty much every week Clint is going to screw it up, and there's going to be something like this where you're going to have to come back in. It's all right. We don't care. It's all good.
Damn it, Clint.
I know. Hey, one thing I wanted to add to the UV discussion.
Oh, he's back on UV, guys.
No, because
Here we go.
because like I saw some other people like, oh, there's the UVB and there's different wavelengths. Ultraviolet is a wider frequency, right? So it does not penetrate the water as well as the other color spectrums does. And obviously, like clarity and turbidity and stuff has an effect on how deep that goes, like those color spectrums. But I think that doesn't mean that your stuff, like if you put UV on it and you put it down there, now it's invisible and they can't see it. Like it's getting bit. It's just getting bit for a different reason. That's all I wanted to say that. Anyways.
UV is visible underwater up to 660 feet.
Cool. I don't think so. I mean, the science says no, but I don't know. And like I said, whether or not it is, and let's say it is visible, like Clint. Let's say it is visible to 600. Let's say it's visible to 1,000 feet. All I know is that when I run like UV coated Dodgers, and then I run some I run some UV coated Dodgers, and I run some standard chrome plated Dodgers, and I run them down there without UV. Like they're both as productive, if not. I mean, there's not like a 40. I catch 40% more if I use a UV Dodger. That is not the case.
That's what I've seen.
I will say
my
that.
percentages when I've been up there fishing, that's exactly what I've seen.
Regardless
I've been
of what
kokanee
it's
fishing twice,
So,
and out of one out
if
of
you
two
want to
times,
you really want to get into the nitty gritty.
one out of two times the UV smashed the chrome.
And the whole reason why we got on this, is Matthew Desai says UV is greater than chrome. Well, I don't think so, and I'm just gonna say that I'll case in point that one. When
Clint dries with both feet.
When we talk about, I'm not the physicist, and I don't think it'd be a physicist, John. It would actually be. Regardless, all I'm saying is I just know it's productive. And anyways, now everyone wants to buy a freaking chrome-plated flasher for a reason, but I don't know what that reason might be.
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither, because it doesn't work because UV is greater than chrome. Whatever. Good, you use V. And you know what? You'll probably catch plenty of fish on UV. Have fun.
More like Borophyll.
What's that from?
Kid Adam Sandler.
Oh, that's right. Isn't that
Billy
Madison? Billy Madison. Borophyll?
Those
More
movies.
like Borophyll.
Those movies were so classic.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, guys, I think we should talk about Buoy 10, huh?
Yeah, so let's talk about, so where we got off on that
Clint,
little tangent.
Pick a winner really quick before we go to Buoy 10.
Yeah, because
pick
we
a
might
winner
lose
because
again.
we appreciate all you guys tuning back in with us. We're
Yeah.
not going to probably get the same as we had in here. Sorry, guys. But,
Thanks, Clint.
Thanks,
Cool.
Clint.
Appreciate
Breaking it again.
Whatever.
Who do we got, Clint? Who do we got?
Okay, hang on.
Come on, Clint.
There you go.
Super Taft 77.
There you go, Super Task 77. You won yourself some Nick Wax. If you want this shipped to your house, just shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your shipping address and make sure you let us know that you won some Nick Wax, and we'll get it shipped. And to everyone that shares these and thumbs ups and does all that stuff, thank you. We appreciate it.
One more thing if we really want to talk chrome versus UV.
Oh, God.
And here's where the here's where the mallet drops, right? What is the most? I mean, I'll go around the room here because we got a ton of salmon fishermen. 360 flasher, go. Chrome. Marlon, 360 flasher, chrome. Clint, you don't catch any fish. Mike,
Whatever
360
you have
flasher.
on the rod,
Chrome, right? Like in the 360 world, it is all about double-plated chrome, like period. I wonder why. Anyways. Hey, do you think y'all do some jetty fishing? Semper High. I did plenty of jetty fishing the last few days. I'm gonna do some jetty fishing tomorrow too. I'm gonna fish whatever rock I can find in the ocean that's gonna hold a rockfish. It's been really good. Get out there. Yep. Oh, Clint, you were supposed to pick Trevor. Apparently you didn't. Sorry, Trevor.
Sorry, Trevor.
Hey, dude, after Wednesday, like I said, we'll get you out there, man.
Trevor, who?
Trevor Lux.
They're ready for Buoy 10.
Yeah. Well, Marlon, like, where the hell did Marlon go?
Who's even fishing Buoy 10? It's time for.
Well, here's the thing. Like, so I'm going to go, well, Marlon's gone. Yeah, no kidding. Mike, I am right there with you, bud. I was throwing crankbaits for freaking, for bottom fish today. It was
Oh
epic.
my God.
Ha!
$5 super chat.
$5 super
I
chat.
hate this
Much
dude so
appreciated. That's what I said about the jetty fishing. Thank you much, Semper High. Thank you, dude. Yeah, get out there. So let's talk about this. One thing with the Columbia River, like I said, I know we're going back to the Columbia River in the seasons, guys, but we got a pretty unique situation this year with Buoy 10 not opening in 2 days. However, there is a section of the Columbia River that is opening in 2 days, and that's the west end of Puget Island up to the Warrior Rock line, about 60 river miles, is going to open. And granted, the lower Buoy 10 fishery didn't open to protect lower river spawning tules, but that middle section opened up, which I think there's some wild tule populations going through there, but that's not for me to go into. Regardless, there is going to be some opportunity at fishing. I pretty much guarantee you anybody who's going to be doing that is probably going to be trolling a Chrome 360 Short Buzz Super Series. And basically all those summer Chinook that you were catching the last couple weeks that you're having to throw back because they were wild, you can now bonk. So it becomes a catch any Chinook fishery. And it does actually open on August 1st. Now, above the Warrior Rock line to Bonneville, it's going to open up on August 7th and go 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And guess what? When it opens up on August 7th, there will be fish caught in that section as well. So even though we're all sitting here chomping at the
Snack
bit,
time with Marlon.
what do you got there? Is it Triscuits?
It's our new sponsor,
Oh.
Organic Triscuit.
Organic Triscuit. Did you get that at the granola?
Just haven't
buddy?
eaten dinner, dude. I'm hungry.
Oh boy. But even though, like I said, we're all chomping at the bit to get out there to Buoy 10, like, there's still going to be opportunity. We still have fish going over Bonneville.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are still catching them today. Like, it's not Buoy 10. I mean, yeah, that wad of fish is definitely going to be in the lower river. But there's going to be some opportunity up there, and we're not going to have 10,000 boats whacking them in the lower river on August 1.
No.
So
It's going to be
honestly,
interesting to see.
Right, so I'm not even mooring my boat for like another week or two because I got a couple of days I'm going to do some salmon upriver. And I've told them, I'm like, it's kind of a wild card. It might be one of those things where we're looking for a bite, but it could be pretty productive. And like I said, dam counts are still good. There's still fish moving.
Where are you going to fish?
I don't know yet.
Lies.
I know exactly where I'm fishing.
He's lying.
Somewhere in that open section between Warrior Rock and West Giant. And then, of course, upriver, though, and what's weird is like upriver opens for only 3 days a week, and it's because I understand why they did that, because we're so good at catching them in that section, but we're really good at catching them in that section because they close the lower section, so our productivity just goes through the roof when they have that season open. So they limit that to 3 days a week from August 7th, but yet they go wide open the whole month of August in the section below it. And last time I checked with salmon migration, they got to swim up the river, so they're going to go through that section. But I kind of, it's going to be real interesting to see how that turns out. Like, I think there's going to be some fish caught. So let's just say that. But only if you use UV flashers.
Maybe this
Just looked at
maybe
me.
this was a strategic move. Maybe there was some money got like thrown around in the back end from some of the companies that sold wobblers. So the wobbler fishing would become something big again, and 360s would become something small again.
Well, why would you do that in areas that fish better because they fish all the time?
You get what I'm saying, though. Remember, like, when that whole lower river was a thing, I mean, it was wobblers. The entire
right. And
river.
Now, and that's the other thing. Like, when you look at the productivity of, like, the dead zone and some of these other areas, when we only fished them on outgoing tides, we only fished half the time we're fishing now. And now we're fishing, doesn't matter the tide, when we're fishing, the Short Buzz Super Series stuff.
I wonder how many guys were out there doing it.
Doing what? Trolling?
Just fishing.
We used to troll wobblers with 20 ounces
I remember
of lead.
that. I remember that.
Yeah, because I used to be like, because everybody would rush to the boat ramp at the end of tide, and I'd tell my clients, I'm like, well, we can go burn a couple hours, and we'd catch fish. We'd catch them every now and then. Like it wasn't a thing, but it was definitely like worth your time to troll on the slack tide. You didn't have to deal with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was just kind of the start. But yeah, I think, and there was guys doing it.
Well, when I first started doing it and fishing with you, we were just trolling spinners on the bottom with
Yep.
triangle flashers.
Yeah, just kind of just morphed into that. I'm talking. We were doing the wobbler troll like before the
Yeah,
triangle,
way,
before
yeah.
the triangle flasher even like was around.
Yeah.
Because we just like, well, we catch them on wobblers when the current's running. Well, now we got to run with the, to make the wobblers work, and we caught fish.
Yeah. So he says, what about toolies this time?
So what? Wait, what about the tule? It's time. Yeah. So the Buoy 10 fishery shut down because of tule impacts, but yet the fishery right above river where there's still some, not all, but some lower river wild tules going through is going to go 7 days a week now. But yeah, so that's all I gotta say about that. We'll see how it turns out. Fishing with wobblers back in the day was pretty much hush hush. Then it really came out completely. Yeah, what? Like I can remember being like 6 fishing wobblers.
Yeah, wobblers are like.
I don't know, but maybe I don't know how old Corey is, but maybe he's older than I am. Yeah, it used to be a red flatfish. I mean, that was like that. From what I heard, that was like the jam. But yeah. Either
It's
way,
always evolving. There'll be something else that comes along too. There
I
always
know,
is.
What else? I mean, jeez, what's gonna be better than a freaking 360 and a Brad's
71.
tuna-filled super bait?
720.
I don't know.
A 720 flasher.
720.
Shut up. One that goes like this. You design one that makes like a figure 8 in the water.
Oh my god.
Just like we'll be trolling like literally skateboards. Like that's what we need to do. Let's just troll. Someone plastic meld me up a skateboard. One that's that big. I bet a salmon would still bite it. I bet it would.
Yeah, UV counterclockwise, double flasher.
The UV is it
Only-
back?
Only high pressure full moon though.
But you can't. Well, Corey, so am I. So I can literally remember sitting there fishing wobblers, in Daddy's boat, kind of a thing. Like, I mean, when I was like, grade school.
Yeah, when I was super
Yeah.
young, and that's
We're the
like
same- we're the
all
same
we did
age,
back
Corey.
in the day.
Yeah. I don't know. Yep. And that was all we did. Like, nothing else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk some Buoy 10. Let's talk.
Yeah. So, with that said, but everyone's chomping at the bit, even though there's going to be some fishing beforehand. Yeah. So let's talk about some Buoy 10.
Let's talk about it. What are you gonna? You're down there the 14th, obviously. I'm assuming. Let's talk about like
Let's say, what do you wanna
tides
talk
first.
about?
Like really quickly touch on them. I know.
didn't even like pull up the tide book. I probably should. Do you want to save the tide discussion for next week? Because that's like a.
we
long
could just
one.
talk some gear. I can get some flashers out.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna
can
say
talk
let's
some-
let's talk some.
I can get a rod real quick.
Talk about your
Yeah.
bait brine with UV.
bait brine with the UV. Yes,
Pure UV.
you gotta have the bait brine with the UV. Yes.
Actually, don't you like the 965s or something?
Yeah, the 965 is the best all around. If you're not going to fish a lot of guys, you're going to fish like 4 guys out of your boat max. The 965 is just an amazing stick. It's good diver rod, good wobbler rod, good 360 rod. It's not too long.
I think that's probably 65 pounder. 50
Yeah,
pound
962, excuse me. What's that? Yeah.
side
Yeah,
cam.
guys, so,
Side cam.
side cam, I guess. Here we go.
Just so you can show, a lot of people are going to
Show
ask
the
what the
numbers.
model is, what the
Yeah.
rod model is.
Oh, okay, good
No,
call.
not for real.
Shut up. Hey, I'm trying to, like, position in our awesome
Trying to produce here.
studio here, guys. Come on. Oh my god, it's upside down still.
Oh my god.
I'm going to hit you with this
Back to
rod.
camera 1.
Which
Here
is
we go.
fortunately,
Yeah, it's right here.
I see it. I'm
Camera
confused.
1, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera
That model right there.
2. Oh, dial.
Shut up, Clint. It's trying to autofocus.
Oh, there we go.
Bing! Look at that pop.
That rod. So why do you like that one the best? Just an all around? Is that
It's
what
an
you
all
say?
around. So like, if these guys are like going out there and they're gonna start doing their fall salmon season, and they want to have a diver rod, they want to have a lead rod that they're gonna be able to bounce heavy leads down there in the estuary, and then they want to move upriver and graduate to the 360 fisheries, like all the way up to Columbia. I'm talking like all the way up to Hanford and whatnot. This is like there is no better rod, like period.
And then what about reels? I know we're both using those now.
Yeah, the stainless steel Akuma cold water line counter.
But
you know,
any line
they
counter,
all-
realistically, you need a line counter. down
Yeah,
there.
a line counter is definitely useful. So definitely, like I said, line counter reels. They came out with these stainless steel ones about a year ago, and I had them last season, like right before the fall season, and I did have one. I did break one. I don't know how I broke it, but for the use that I put through them, like one reel out of 7, 8 that I had was, I mean, so far I'm still liking them. Like I'm gonna kind of call it out for a freak, but I was able to take it in and get it fixed and replaced quickly, and it wasn't that big of a deal at all, which is why that Akuma rules.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the basic setup, guys. And like I said, let's ask the people here, like, do you guys really want us to like run through like some of the nitty gritty stuff, guys? Like, I mean, there's almost 350 of you guys out there right now. I mean, do you really want us to run through like the nitty gritty, like talk about the lines, talk about the, do you have any of the line locks? Like talk about stuff?
That peg hanging up on
Yeah.
the side right there.
Peg hanging up on the
VIP.
side right there.
Right there. Next to
Perfect.
the head and
Yes. So
side
yeah,
cam.
so let's talk. So
You need a bead chain and
I'm
stuff.
gonna talk about being real versatile. Let's see here. Yes, Ryan Allen, I do. IM8s were awesome. We're awesome. So when we're gonna talk about basic setup stuff, guys, we're gonna talk about one great way you can have your cake and eat it too. And what I mean by that is you can switch from 360s to triangles, and you can be versatile while you're on the water. And it starts with one of these line locks. Like, I give Pro a lot of credit, because what this line lock does is it's a slider, first off. So it slides your weight up and down your line, and whether or not you fish a dropper off that duo snap or not is up to you. Whether you're bouncing triangles like on the bottom in the estuary, you're kind of doing more of like a Springer style of fishing, or whether or not you're just clipping the weight right onto the duo snap and then fishing a 360, right? So this guy has a hole in it. It slides up and down the line. Now, you got a bead chain for me, bud? No. You have a swivel for me?
I'm trying to find one.
Oh my gosh.
It's in my truck. Should I go get my box?
Well,
All
I
my
don't know.
gear's in there.
People.
Oh, here's something. This might work. No. Let me go get it.
I wish you guys could have seen that. Go back to Vegas. He's like, no, this ain't gonna work. But using that line lock, guys, I'm telling you what, right now, like, go out and buy every one of these on the shelf, because they're gonna be worth their weight in gold in about freaking a week. Like, you heard it from me, whatever. Like, these things are awesome. And what that does is you put these on the line, and then when you slide your lead down to your bead chain, right? Your bead chain or your swivel, what's going to end up happening is there's a little, go ahead and go back to that side cam, bud. What's going to happen is there's a little groove. See that groove in the middle there? It's kind of hard to see. I think you guys, oh, there we go. That groove. What that does, and what I'll show you here in a second, back to me, what that does is it like inserts into there, and it creates, it basically locks that last loop of your bead chain in from rotating, right? So even if your gear is rotating, sometimes the bead chains and sometimes the swivels and stuff will still twist from your leader through that slider up your main line. And with braided lines, once you get a ton of twists in them, it's like the most frustrating, annoying thing in the world. Like, I would rather listen to like nails on a chalkboard than to deal with that shit. So, and if that has happened to you, let's talk about this, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have twisted spools of braid out there. One thing you can do is cut all your gear off of that braided line. Then you run about 50 to 100 feet out and just let it lay in the water, and it will get most of the twist. It's not like mono where almost all of it will come out, but it'll get most of that twist out of your braided line. And then after you do that and you twist your line up, then you go, oh yeah, I should have done what Cameron said and gone out to the damn store and bought one of the line locks, because then you wouldn't have to deal with that nonsense at all. Okay?
I found a reel the other day, just the other day, a broken old reel.
Uh-huh.
And I looked at it and I was like, what is wrong with this line? And
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It's just twisted to
Yeah.
crap. It is so annoying. Go back to side cam for me there, bud. So here's a bead chain. Oh, wait a second. I might as well just rig it for you guys because I like you. Sorry, get outside.
You need a bead?
I do,
Might as well
but
take it from the Navy. Don't you normally put a stopper bead?
no, I don't put a stopper bead. Well, I put a bead that protects the. What's that, Clint? What are you saying? Spit it
How
out.
big a
Use
bead?
your words.
How big a
I
bead?
put UV glow
Big bead.
jelly tape on my line locks. I catch.
Oh, like a big
30%
bead.
more fish.
So I asked how big one.
You put UV line on. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, UV
Oh my
tape on
God.
mine.
We're having to try to have a serious conversation with 350 people here, and you're just being an idiot. What I do like to do, though, guys, especially if you're taking out new anglers, right? I do like to put a colored bead up my main line first, above my line lock. And this way, when people are 360 fishing, I can tell them, reel to that colored bead, whatever color you pick. Now, I prefer red ones. They catch more fish than the green ones. But I'm just kidding. Just a colored bead, right? And then basically that also protects
Cam really
your
likes
eye.
UV beads.
UV beads. If you don't have a UV bead there, you will not catch a fish. You will not catch a fish anywhere in the Columbia River unless that's a UV bead. Anyways, Heath Bradley, thank you very much. Do you use scent chambers for any species? Let me get there. Let me get there on this rig because we're going to talk a little bit about that. Because scent is key. So I'm going to slide the bead up my line, and thank you for the super chat. I will answer your question here. Let me get there. So I slide the bead up the line. Then I slide the line lock up the line.
You want to catch a lot of fish?
And then-
in 10?
Where'd
That's
that?
what
Oh
you
my
use.
gosh! Where'd that bead chain go? I just had it in my hand. Doubles, triples, quads. Dude, this is so stupid. I had it in my hands. Oh my gosh! I'm sorry, people. Shut up. Yeah. Double clinch.
She probably pocketed it. It's like, ooh, steal one of these bead chains.
Oh yeah, that's what I need. More bead chain.
What knots?
Don't worry about it. It's a secret knot.
Everything Cam does is UV, dude.
It's the UV knot. Gosh.
Now we know why
Boom.
he catches so many fish.
I know. Dang it. Word on the street is out.
He's trying to like convince you guys that UV doesn't work, so he doesn't
So
want you
see
to
how
know
that?
that.
See how that?
Now he's out of a job.
See how that line lock grabbed that top bead? See how it slid over that? Well, now if there's any extra spin where my fingers are at, if that weight's hanging there, it pins it down and it will not spin, and it's not going to transfer that spin up your line. So pretty much, guys, go back to Maine. Shut up. Anyways, pretty much, whether or not I'm using triangles or whether or not I'm using 360 flashers, it starts with there. So like Pro made a good product. That line lock's killer.
Are you going to show the rest of it?
Get the line lock. Nope, that's it. See you guys
Come on.
later, boys. So now, the rest of it, what I like to do is you got to have a bumper in front of your flasher. Sometimes you don't have to use a flasher if you're using bait, but I think that's going to be a move this year, by the way. Everyone's using flashers, like not using flasher at all. Again, going back to naked stuff. Yeah. The COVID knot. No, it's not the COVID knot. Jeez, please. Yeah. Tell him, hey, Charles, Will and Rick say what's up.
What's up?
What's up, bro? What's up? The lost bead chain was on the short bus sticker. Oh my god! Yeah, it was. That dude, who said that? Ashley Springer. She goes, the lost bead chain's on the sticker. It's like laying right there. I didn't even see it. I must have had it under my arms.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Bumper.
Good call. Bumpers, guys. So, what am I going to attach to that?
Look at, guys, you guys need bumpers? You just come to my house.
This is called.
Got you guys hooked up here,
This
boys.
is the stuff that you should try to clean up before you're down in the launch line trying to rig your rods at Buoy 10, right?
Let me tell you what this is, guys. This is going from one fishery to another, needing it like the day before, so I'm like, crap, I take everything off my rods and just throw it into a thing, and I'm like, I'll deal with it later. And that's what happens.
This is the later.
Yeah, right.
Put hooks on the
24 inch?
Yep.
18? What do you want?
What's that now?
I got an 18-inch stiffy.
Oh, an 18-inch.
Stop. Saves all your leaders.
I told you I have an 18-inch stiffy.
18-inch stiffy. Perfect. So, what you guys want to
Stiffed
do
up.
is you're going to want to have your
Nice and
bumper here.
stiff.
It's real skinny though.
It's real skinny, but it's stiff.
Right. What you're going to do is you're going to have your bumper here, guys, and depending on what you're going to be trolling, right, you can adjust this bumper And honestly, you will definitely have different results depending on the length of these bumpers, right? But if you're going to fish a triangle versus a 360, what length of the bumper is probably more important than the other?
What? I wasn't even paying attention.
No kidding. The 360, right? So, what I like to do is I like to adjust my bumper length to what my 360 length should be. And then I can run a triangle on that. And then if I have to switch, or I feel like I want to switch, or I'm watching the guys catch fish on 360s and I'm using triangle, I can literally just unclip from my stiffy, my short bust stiffy, and I can just clip the other flasher on and I can get back to it. So
how long do you use?
What's that now?
So you want a longer one?
Well,
Shorter
you
one?
can, or you can use an 18-inch. And honestly, I've caught fish with 18-inch bumpers 360s too, because I used to not lengthen them out and not care, because I'd more often run triangles. So I felt like, well, since I'm running triangles more down in the estuary, I'm gonna just adjust my bumper to that and then maybe switch to the 360 after. Keep in mind, guys, when you're fishing just by yourself or with one or two guys, it's not that big of a deal. If you have to turn over 7 rods in the middle of a bite because you feel like you need to, it takes some time. So trying to do stuff quick, trying to just unsnap, clip other stuff on.
I always love how everyone has their length. It's always some if it ain't 28.43 inches.
Oh, I have mine.
Exactly.
I have mine.
And then I always see it's all over the map.
It's very-
Chris Calhoun says 30 inch.
Yeah, see, I'm definitely not that, but it doesn't. But here's the other thing too. It's I've also caught fish, from 16 inches all the way up to 36. Letting them just. So I don't know. It's very tough. It's very tough to say what you want.
22 inch or bust.
Who said that?
That's what I use.
Oh, that's a good length. I'd highly recommend it.
I like.
That was me. He's like, you said that.
Yeah, 22, 24, 26. I like to be in that range.
I use 24 for everything.
24.
I feel
heard
like that's
from
a standard. That's a good
Right.
one to go with. It's right in
Well,
the middle. You can switch to triangle. You can
I'll
switch.
just tell our local people here. I talked to a very prominent manufacturer of the 360 flashers and asked him. I go, "What length?" I go, "What's the length? What's the length? Tell me." And he goes, 24. He's like, 24 till the day I die. He's like, everybody I talk to, everybody I do, and keep in mind he's 24. So 24. 24 it is for him. I'm a little different, but I'm always different. I'm weird. Right?
Mine is only 2 inches, he says.
I've got them on 12s, right. I don't think...
Have you
there's
ever
a bad-
tried doing a 6 inch?
Not that small, no.
Why not?
Just haven't.
Could be this ticket, dude.
I mean, you want to hear something crazy?
What about a 40 incher?
I've done 36. Yeah. The problem, what I don't like to do is when you have... Here's one thing I don't like, is that if you start really getting really long on those bumper lengths and those
netting
leader
the
lengths,
fish.
well, netting the fish and then finding the fish. I think if you have... Because everybody thinks it's the flasher too that why we lose fish, but it's not. It's the weight, because the weight loads the rod. Well, if you have more line after where that weight's at, I feel like that can give them more slack.
Yeah, more slack. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
My personal opinion. Same thing with UV, whatever.
What's more important in the stiffy, the length or the action?
Shut up, Clint. Shut up. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
Mike-
Come on, Clint.
Mike, if you-
we're trying to have a serious conversation about a stiffy here.
Mike
Come on.
says, do you ever play pranks on each other? Yes, we absolutely do. If you want to see some pranks, both of our movies that we put out, Addicted Alaska 1 and Addicted Alaska 2, we prank each other, and it was
One
pretty
was
funny.
good, 2 was better. 2 was facetiously set up. 2 was epic.
The one on
They're
your wife
both
was pretty
hilarious.
good.
Oh, that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some pranks. We
Yeah,
do
some
it.
good stuff.
There'll be more coming, I'm sure.
Yeah. So anyway, so bumper length, like I said, experiment, choose what works for you. And the other thing is too is people just think, like I said, it's like UV. It's you got to put the magic in the water and the fish comes. No, maybe the guys that troll a little slower are a little more productive with the 18-inch bumper. Maybe the guys that troll faster do better with the 30. And maybe it's the opposite. I'm just saying you got to kind of put your time in Figure out how you're trolling. Figure out, you know what I mean, and then just figure out what works for you. There's no
Put on a
magic
20
silver bullet
There
color.
is. There's a magic. Put on a
Okay.
24-inch bumper. Go out there and haul ass when you're trolling, and you'll catch fish.
What's haul ass?
Just go fast.
What's go fast? You're
Look at
saying
the-
go
Everyone
fast.
else.
What's go fast to somebody else? What's go fast to me?
Look at the guides and go as fast as them.
Do not do what it do. Just because you see guide belt
Look at
doesn't
the
mean
guides.
they know what they're doing.
Watch the guides that are catching fish. There's
I
only
will
a
say
few of
that.
them out there.
That sticker does not mean we catch
You're
fish. Sorry.
going to
Does
see.
not. Does not.
Cam, all these people watching know what I mean. You're going to see consistently every day there's going to be 5 or 6 guide boats that are catching fish every single day, and if you just watch them and pay attention to what they're doing, you will catch fish too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's consistent, dude.
Especially
because
that black
what-
boat with no name on the side.
Because
get
they
right in
work.
front
They
of him.
work. Well, there's like 45 of
Yeah,
those
just
down
look
at
for a
Buoy
black
10.
boat.
Because
And
the
it's
big-
so funny because
the
whenever I
reason I
talk to
say-
him, I'm like, "Hey, I see you." He's like, "No, I'm like on the other side of the river." I'm like, "Oh, it's just another black Columbia."
The reason I said haul ass is because the number one thing I see people doing wrong when they're out there fishing 360s, they're going too slow.
But then, like the other thing is the guys that are hauling ass though, they're going to be associating like a little bit different depth. They might be fishing a little bit different bumper, a little different leader. Like you gotta like
just
you
said,
gotta
go
catch
to a
groove,
24-inch bumper
and then just adjust your speed accordingly.
and then just haul ass.
Marlon, you're saying
Listen
haul
to me.
ass, but to some guy,
No.
haul ass might be like a guy walking this fast, and some other guy might be hauling ass be a guy sprinting. Like hauling ass is just an open term. It's like it's not an exact speed, right?
Go fast.
Just go fast.
Exactly. If you have to, put on your main.
Some people fast is 30 miles an hour. Some people fast is 120. Like go fast.
Go fast.
That's
Watch the people around you and go fast.
You ain't first, you land.
if it ain't first, you're last.
If you feel like the guy in front of you is going too slow, pass him.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you've got to, like, you can't just look at the color of the flasher. You can't just look at the color of the spinner. You can't just look at the speed. You can't tell Kermit in the background to shut up. Who's Kermit?
Clint, he's the one that sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Arbitrary is the. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. That is very true. Appreciate it. Yes.
What?
Arbitrary is the word I'm looking for. It is. It's arbitrary to you. It doesn't matter. Like it's not like a set thing. But even with that said, speed is still only
one
one of
cares.
those variables.
Quit trying to be an English major.
2 second thump. What about a 1 second thump? What about if you're trolling really fast with the current, but when you lower your rods down, that current's going slower. So then all of a sudden you lower your rods down 10 feet, you hit a cross current, and the rods are like going like this, but you're like at idle speed. Like, do you troll faster then? Just troll fast.
Troll fast.
Troll fast. It doesn't work that way.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
I will catch fish sometimes more than anybody else in the fleet trolling in reverse with your kicker down there at times.
Your rods are. You're probably still going really
Is
fast.
the presentation going fast or am I going
You're
fast?
probably still going
Shut-
fast.
Still going fast in reverse.
Your boat over the actual speed of the current is going fast. It is.
I'm just hoping you guys can get the point. Like, it's not. You got to find your groove. That's what I'm really trying to say. You
You're
got to
striking
find.
a chord with Cam right now. It's like
Well, because everybody thinks it's like this magic, like
That's the key.
equation bullet
Right there.
Oh God, the rubber cut.
Dude, underneath the float like this, you bobber
Dude, give me
dog
that
this. You
out.
drag this through.
Dirty South.
Game over.
I took
Yep.
one of those and tried it. I'm not gonna lie, ain't catch nothing.
Why'd you steal one of these from me?
Dude, I'm gonna give me that. Give me that for tomorrow. Give me that for tomorrow.
I never heard you.
Give me that for tomorrow.
That'll catch fish for sure.
Dude, this thing would smoke. I'm gonna put that on a jig head tomorrow.
You need 'em on a treble
and
hook?
catch a fish. Bottom fishing. They'll eat anything. I'm going to do that. You'll see.
You
it
catch
in
them
the
on one of
episode.
these.
Oh, I should.
There's a 1 ounce.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah, I don't think it's speed what you're actually confident. No, Carlos, it's like the overall presentation. Like, you can't just associate speed. You know what I mean? And, like, the guys, like I said, there might be a variable in there, like I said, the guy, you know, a guy that trolls faster might be productive with a shorter or a longer bumper versus the guy don't. You got it. You can't just, like, people think fishing is just like plug and play. Like, if I just put this, if I just put the UV flasher in the water and I do this, it's like,
Well,
that's
stop
gonna work.
making it look so easy. It's your fault. It's guys like you.
Shut, no.
Because he's going.
I've never
No,
Dude,
I
this-
find what works for me.
This fishery,
And the thing about
This
how
three-
many times? Hold on.
the 360 fishery is easy.
it's easier.
Anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it.
Any
With good practice
person
and over time.
can do it.
But if
Especially when there's
but here's the thing.
400,000 fish passing you.
Okay, answer this then. This will get you. Is there a reason why certain people that you and I both know outproduce like everybody else, and everyone's still trolling 360s and spinners? Why are they the only ones catching fish then?
Because there's certain little things that you need
Right.
to do.
It's so even though it's easy, there's still like variables in there that you
fast.
gotta. They're going fast. Shut the hell up! You are screwing this up.
exactly
Dear God,
it,
I'm
Charles.
trying to help people.
Charles out.
Like I hope you guys. Do you guys understand what I'm saying out there? Like I mean, are you just being devil's
just trolling
advocate? Just
you,
being
yeah.
you're making me triggered, man.
I'm trolling.
I'm triggered. I'm getting triggered.
Are those ones catching using UV or not?
Well, I can tell you right now, like every freaking kokanee I've caught and every freaking salmon I've caught in the last like 10 years hasn't been on anything UV. There you go.
I know, but imagine
whatever.
if you used UV, how many?
Yeah,
I would
imagine
catch-
how many more you
I
catch.
would catch 0 more.
You don't know.
Then I
unless
already
you,
am.
You don't know unless you try.
I've tried. I already
No.
got the T-shirt. I've only fished like 300 days a year,
I'm
whatever.
confused.
I'll throw it
Do you
down. I
go
don't care.
fast or slow?
You know you guys. I'm laughing because it's funny, but you're just screwing with our people that are watching.
No,
this.
they get it. He says, "Look," he said, "I got it. Go fast."
We got you, Cam, but you're getting trolled. Yeah, I totally am. I totally am.
Mike.
It's just like, and that's the other thing. Like, so like right now, like Carlos, I'm gonna stop. Like, dry troll at 2.3 to 4.4 over ground. Right, but over ground doesn't mean crap to me. Like your GPS speed when you have current and you have cross current doesn't mean nothing. Like sometimes you can troll down in certain areas where I'm going 0.2 miles an hour and I put my bait down, I put my gear down 20 feet on the counter and they're thumping harder than anywhere I troll at 5. Like, you know, so sometimes like, so that even doesn't kind of do it for me. You know what I mean? Like it's not, I am rarely looking at my speedometer when I'm trolling salmon like anymore.
I thought you guys were talking about my bears this whole time.
But same thing can be
Right.
said for line angle. Everyone says
but
45
but
degrees.
line
It all
angle
depends on what weight
but
you're
see
hanging.
line angle right, true, but once you get really accustomed to the weights, I can tell you what the rods
Yeah.
are doing and the productive range that they're in when I'm just looking at my line angle, because my speed over ground, how fast I'm on the kicker, whether I'm in reverse on the kicker, none of that means crap if that line angle is at the right line angle
Look
that
what
I
Dan
associate
said.
with catching fish.
Look what Dan said. Marlon's gonna have half the boats this fall long.
Lovely skimming across the water. Yeah, well, we do have a 48 ounce lead, Dan, so we're gonna fix that. 48 ounces, hanging 48 ounces, trolling. We're like on half.
Oh yeah, don't forget
we're
your
gonna be like on half step trolling. like
super
tuna.
chat about the scent chamber.
Getting there. You guys distracted me.
Yeah, we got to get into this setup. Let's get this
Yeah,
rigged
so-
up. I wanted to get.
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
10 minutes till this feed's over.
Oh, we don't want to give one more giveaway since people are being so.
Yeah, we
cool.
will, but we'll
some
get a giveaway at the very end. I'll get one together right now. In fact, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give away
Oh gosh.
some of the new Addicted Steelhead Gel. There's only 100 bottles of this, and you're about to win 2 of them.
And if you win and you already ordered and then you cancel the order, we're gonna hunt you down. Because we'll know where you live. Seriously, Marlon will stab you.
What'd you say?
Oh. 45.
Nice catch, Charles.
45 angle with 16 ounces of lead. Yeah, I guess.
All right, guys, who wants to win some of this? Do you want to win some Addicted Steelhead Gel? Let us know, and then don't forget, get your last little questions in here. Cam's going to quickly run through the rest of this setup here. What else do you need? What are the hardware?
We need to ask Alexa, how fast should you troll? Good point.
Exactly.
Another one, oh damn it, go up. There was one more I wanted to touch on because it was a good comment. Stop right there. It was somewhere in there.
Yeah, seriously.
So what's the ticket
Hey,
you're
Siri.
looking for? Your thump.
How
count.
fast should I troll?
Are you looking for a 1 second? That's a good standard.
Oh, damn. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, it's copying you now.
Oh, good. Like the 1 second thump, that's a good rule a little bit, because to me, that 1 second thump means more than like my speed over ground. You know what I mean? Like that tells me like what my presentation's doing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I want to know what the fish are seeing. Think about that. Anyways, okay, sorry. There we go. Camera. There's a lot. Oh man, I didn't even get into the one camera. Oh gosh.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Oh god.
Band camera.
Are we doing that still?
we should probably mention it just because it's a sad state of affairs. But
We have to. Well, let's
Yeah.
rip through this real quick, and then we'll end it with that.
end it right before we give away the last prize pack.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna give away some Super Gel,
Super Gel.
some Steelhead Blend Super Gel.
So behind it, guys.
I see a lot of you guys already commenting saying you ordered it. Don't forget, there's only 100 bottles of these, so if you do not get them, I'm sorry.
Mike, where are we at on the orders right now? Are you pull?
I saw a couple people. I saw a couple people order regular Steelhead Blend. I think they were meaning to order the gel.
Oh.
Yeah, make sure you guys order the gel because we do have the Steelhead Blend that's the oil, and then we have the Steelhead Blend that's the gel, which is new.
I got bad news for you, buddy. Like literally every single one of those today that come in today, you're gonna need to email them or contact them and say,
No, should have paid attention to what you were ordering, bud.
"That's okay." Why don't you like? All right, so screw you guys. Sorry.
If you ordered Steelhead Blend oil and you meant to get gel, we'll make sure you get gel. Trust me.
Yeah.
They'll eat.
And Chris, out in the ocean when you're mooching, like that, all bets are off there because those fish are feeding. He's like, I put it in neutral. I got him on the drop. Yeah, that doesn't surprise you, dude.
Right.
Okay, you gonna rip through that?
Yeah. So behind the flasher. Let's talk about behind the 360.
What do you need?
guys? Just showing. Give me
What?
the
I thought you were bringing a triangle flasher. You're doing a 360?
Oh, I don't really care.
Yeah,
I mean,
360.
I'm gonna hook the bumper onto this, and I think that discussion is probably more or less what people wanted more than anything else.
Well, I just figured you could rig a whole setup real quick. Just
Okay, well, there I hooked my stiffy
For the most part, I mean,
onto my
for the
bead
most
chain.
part,
I got my stiffy flasher. We're gonna run a
UV.
360.
UV baby.
This is not UV. Is it not? Oh, it is. It might be. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. There we go.
It's so
Hook my
Okay, what else
flash.
you need?
Hook my flasher on. Well, I don't. No, I'm not much else. Boom. Setup. Now, that's the other thing. What's also really nice about that line lock is since you have that little. Would you shut up?
Don't you need a bait?
Yeah, but we're not there yet. One thing also nice about the line lock, since you have the duo snap, if you're going to use a triangle and you're going to be like bouncing the bottom, and we'll talk a little bit more about that next week as far as like, when you might want to bounce the bottom, when you might want to not bounce the bottom. But having that little snap there allows me to switch quickly because generally when I'm fishing this 360 flasher, I'm not going to have a dropper on that weight. I'm just going to hook that weight right up to it. I'm not fishing generally that tight to the bottom where I'm worrying about snagging or anything like that. So I can just clip that lead directly onto that when I'm running the 360 setup. Now, the leader length to the bait behind it, that's kind of where I think a lot of like paying attention, finding what works for you is really going to work because it's always the debate. Super bait, Brad super bait versus the spinner. Like the 3.5, right? Some days the Brad super baits just kill because you can add some scent to it. You can put the tuna in there. Like, you want to talk about scent chamber stuff? Generally, I don't. Just to answer Heath's question, generally I don't put any scent chambers on my line. Not because I don't understand like the merit of it, like why it would work. If I would put one on mine, I'd probably have to put it up on your bead chain, like up here. Because I feel like it's almost like the kokanee dodger. I feel like if I put anything around the dodger or the flasher itself, at least with the 360, it's going to interfere with its action. So I don't necessarily want to do that. Now a triangle, I would probably have my triangle flasher, and then I'd probably put that scent chamber right behind it, and then back to my leader and then my bait. But I don't want to interfere. I don't want nothing close to this guy. I want this thing to be able to rotate. I want it to be able to whip. So it's not going to... so it's going to have all the action that I could get out of it, if that makes any sense. But, like I said, with the Brad Super Bait, it's great because it is its own scent chamber, right? You're putting your own super gels, you're putting your own bait, your own tuna, anchovy, herring, whatever the hell you want in there. The sky's the limit. You can put freaking eggs in there. You can put prawn in there. You can put coon shrimp in there. You can put, what else can you put in there? Cat food. You put fish nip. Fish nip. Fish nip. Poke your fish nip. Yeah, so that's a good super bait. The old Groucho. And what we're talking about with the super bait, guys, you guys all know. I don't think we need to get into super baits. I think everybody knows. So oh god, these are this is a Brad's original super bait. As you can see right here, they have these little chambers that open up. You load that with tuna, close it, put a little rubber band on the back, Same thing with this cut plug. Look, does that not look like a cut plug to you?
Why is tuna thin?
I don't know. It's just a oily, fishy, good scent. Well, the way the Chinooks feed out there, they feed on the baby albacore. So it's really, you know, so you're just trying to like get that, you're just trying to get that strike. What? What are you talking?
Okay, show leader length real quick and short bus.
They feed on baby albacore out there.
Show that.
No, I thought you saw it. Tell the truth. What? It sounded legit. You should do it.
Well, that's why. Well, here's the thing. That's why all those California fish are doing so well, because they're just going right offshore and feeding on the baby albacore, versus all our fish up here in Washington that just suck.
Our fish are
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the net pen.
My watch just reminded me to take a minute to breathe. It said just.
I hate when it does that.
Oh, I can tell when you're getting worked up.
Yeah.
It's
How
like
many times a day does that watch go on?
way too many.
I was gonna say, I feel like that is not the first
It's
time.
like
a day. Knowing
nonstop.
you, oh my god.
Don't work that.
But anyway, side cam for me there, Clint, just so people get like that. Yeah, nice cut plug there. We'll talk about maybe rigging a little bit about this stuff next week. But look at that. That's a cut plug. Here, it's got the already to cut. Rotates, the line goes through, rotates on it. Fill with tuna, baby albacore if you can get them. Generally, you find those migrating up the river. They're usually out migrating, you know, in August. So if you go down with a smelt net, you can catch a bunch of them. There you go. Get after it, Charles. Go give me some baby
Come
albacore.
on, it did.
God.
Tutorial full set.
You know, charging down to the river. The smelt net in August. Perfect. Anyways. Yeah,
All right.
I'm seeing guys talking about spinfish. I have not fished the spinfish yet, but I will. Like, verdict's out for me on that one. But right now, like I said, out in the ocean, the mini, Brad's cut plugs make these in like a mini 3.0 and then the kokanee cut plug sizes. And the minis were savage this year out there. Like, I didn't even buy bait the last 2 weeks. It was popping. It's
Sweet.
good stuff, so.
That's good to see.
Yeah. Maybe. Keep going down. Real fast, just to get it, how is the Steelhead Gel different from the Steelhead Combo? Well, the Steelhead Combo is a good combo that Procure made. It's a scent, and I don't know if they made that in the oil and gel. The Steelhead blend from the Addicted Steelhead blend is a different like scent altogether. And then we made it in the oil, but now we're making it in the gel because you guys asked for it. So a little different variation, both very productive. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, they both work.
They
They're
both
just
work.
they're just different
But
scents.
it's just a different scent.
Just
and
like
people
having-
people wanted it in the gel, so we made it in the gel.
Yep.
Yep. But they're not the same. Just want to throw that out there. Okay.
Will you use Brad's at Buoy 10?
Yes, and I'm like, I've got my
You're
two
lying.
close good guide buddies are like, just do it, just switch. They've switched like the last 2 years, and done very well. Like some days they get me, some days I get them. Like, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with the tides. I think if you can fine tune like the right exact tides and the right situations to switch, I think I'm going to probably be a little more versatile than just being kind of one-setted. But I can tell you, like, if I can not buy bait down there and not have to deal with the variable of bait, because bait gets soft, bait's big, bait is small, you know, like,
You know what you should do? You
bait
should
is
buy-
something I can't control.
You should buy like 60 pounds of fresh anchovies and just grind it all up. Just use that every day.
Good.
Just put it in your super bait.
Use more
Why not?
gas, though, going fast.
Yeah, that's true. That is a good point, Charles. But you're right. What you gain for not buying bait, you're gonna be trolling so fast all the time. You're gonna burn up gas. That's true.
All right, let's finish the
So
setup
true.
out. Come on.
Anyways, guys, and then so if you want to do the super bait or the baits, you know, bait like I said with the, I mean, anchovy, cut plug, herring. I mean, dude, it's a whole different world down there when you're fishing like fish that are feeding. They're snappy. Even last year, Patrick Gaffney, you can stop talking about artificial now. Patrick, I can tell you this right now, buddy. I still have like a case of your herring from our completely shafted Springer season that's going to choke a lot of salmon at Buoy 10 this year because you make the best herring, bar none, period. So we will be,
Yeah, thank you for making that. for
trust
us
me,
in the lab.
they will be dying down there on the old bait there, Patrick. Don't worry about that. Let's see here. Let's see. What were you doing? What were you doing?
Me?
Clint, yeah.
No,
You're,
no,
oh, okay.
no.
Sorry, guys.
I just wish they
Yeah.
would have made that spinfish
And then-
smaller.
I think they are.
It's too big right now.
They make two.
I think they're
Yeah,
gonna
they
be.
do
I think they're gonna be some
3.0.
smaller. And then, guys, spinner.
Still too big.
Like, you know what? I don't think you cannot. I mean, leader length. Let's talk leader length with super baits. It's kind of the same thing. Like, you talk to some of the guys upriver, and they like them a little longer. They like them into that, like, 34, 36 range. Guys down here sometimes like them in that 24, 28 range. Like I said, once again, I think you got to kind of find what works for you. Because at the end of the day, like, you could probably use a 12-inch leader, and you'll probably get one dumb salmon to smash it.
I've caught a lot of them
Right.
on 12, like short leaders.
Yeah, they're not afraid of the flasher. They think it's another fish.
I
Like
start
they do.
long and then start trimming it until I see that spinner doing some weird little twang.
A little more,
It's
yeah.
not doing that little motion. In
That's a
there.
good call.
I
And like
keep
for how
starting
fast
to
you're
like it.
trolling, yeah. So like what Charles, that's a good suggestion. So Charles says he makes them a little long, puts them on, watches it, wants to see some erratic movement, shortens it up until he gets it. It's not a bad idea, not a bad suggestion.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Then
I mean-
you waste the first hour adjusting your leader length.
Whatever.
Why not just start with 24 inches?
There's a
and
lot
catch
of guys
fish?
there that are going to be out there getting after it.
24, 24.
24, he says.
Sure.
Interesting.
Okay, you want me to pick a winner?
No, because
For
we got to
what?
talk one more thing.
We're not ready to pick a winner
Yeah,
yet.
we're not ready to pick one.
I haven't even asked him. No, Clint, what are you talking about?
Clint, scroll back down to my comments, damn it. Clint, quit screwing up. Gosh. They are making a kokanee spinfish marlin. There you go.
Interesting.
Interesting. I'll have to give her a whirl. I'll try everything. I always do. Let's see here.
You ever run two 360s side by side?
Shh.
That's what I was just talking about.
Getting like secrets over here.
Yeah, see? Tony Tunaball, he's on it, dude. 24,
24,
24,
go fast. That should be a t-shirt. It
Yeah.
says like Marlin's guide service. 24, 24, go fast.
You watch, dude. I already know. Watch. I'm gonna
Turn down the
get
suck,
tons
man.
of messages. Tons of messages. People are gonna be like, dude, thank you so much for telling me that. I caught so many fish this year.
And you know what? They might. They might.
Guaranteed.
They probably will.
24, 24.
Yeah, I'm
Trust me.
stoked. That's cool.
That's exactly what Cam runs, guys. Don't let him fool you.
It's not what I run, but whatever. But I run what works for me. I'm sure 24, 24 murders for a lot of people out there. Whatever. Anyways.
Clint's life doesn't
Really?
matter. God.
That's a fact. Oh, gosh.
Cam is going to be the next Napoleon.
Turn down the suck. I like that. Turn down the suck. Okay, so, and then let's talk about spinner, guys, because obviously spinner works fantastic. It works behind a triangle, works behind 360.
Do you use spinners a lot down in Astoria?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the days I do. Yep. There's
Like the
not.
old days, big ones.
No, well, no, I mean, yeah, we used to just troll triangles and spinners, but even the 360 and like I said, I don't think there's a Chinook on the earth that can resist a 360 and a spinner or some kind of
There was a
super big
couple
combo.
There was a couple times last year where that like saved us.
Yeah.
That we switched to 360s
When
and
did
spinners.
now,
and
so we'll give everybody a little hint for next week. What part of the tide was that when you switched over and capitalized?
incoming. Yeah.
Was it a big incoming, or was it just barely moving?
It like just started, right?
It just started, so it'd say it's closer to slack.
But remember, we put the first one out. It was like still, it hadn't switched yet. It was like gonna switch.
So it was slack.
You're still trolling.
No, it was still out
It was on out.
when we very first put the first one out. Because I remember they were all like,
We started on.
"Yeah, dude, it was pretty crazy." But it was definitely on when it turned to full incoming and was like the slack and incoming. It went like
Just
ballistic.
went nuts, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes you get the currents. They make them. It's not that the 350 or the 350, the 360.
The
and
new
the
thing coming from Addicted, the 350
The
flash.
350. It goes like all the way and then stops.
And then it goes back.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the number 7 thumpers. That's right, the Toman thumpers.
Those are still fun to use every once in a
Oh
while.
yeah, get smashed to those. But anyways, I don't think it's necessarily like that the 360 to 3.5 won't work during those heavier tides or that faster current or those heavier cross currents. I just think they just become a little more cumbersome to use, and you have to have a little more familiarity with like what your gear's actually doing.
Makes
If that
sense.
makes sense. Because that's why I'm saying like you can't just take a 360 and a spinner, throw it in the water, troll fast and catch fish. Like
Yeah.
you gotta. But I think that you can be.
He
a
keeps
little more
trying to
productive.
debunk, but
I'm not trying to debunk. I'm just.
oh,
God.
I'm doing it
As long
this year.
as
I'm
it's
gonna
not
film
as long-
there's gonna be a full Addicted Life this year. It's literally gonna be called 24-24 Go Fast. And all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have 6 people in my boat, 6 guys, all 24. I'm just gonna get out there. I'm gonna pass every single boat in the line, and I'm gonna smash. Watch,
Okay.
guaranteed.
You probably will.
You remember that one time? I almost beat you that one day. It was like we caught our limit
Notice how you
fish
said
like instant
almost.
at the same exact time.
I was probably going just as fast as you.
No, I was going way fast.
Because I...
All right, let's talk about this last thing that we were going to talk about because it's super important.
Real fast, guys. So the state of Washington, obviously, you know, with...
Wait, before you go on this rant because it's going to be a while. It's going to be
No,
very
it's
good.
not.
We need
I've
you guys to
ranted
listen.
enough tonight, for God's sake.
We are going to pick one winner at the very, very end of this feed. Someone is going to randomly get selected to win a couple bottles of the new Addicted Super Gel Steelhead Blend. So if you guys want an opportunity to win that, do us one last favor and make sure you guys have hit the thumbs up button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're one of our subscribers. Go down there and hit that subscribe button. And then share this out there if you can. If you're on Facebook, share it to Facebook groups. Do whatever you can to please share these feeds for us. It helps us a lot in just continuing to grow the addicted fishing community, and we appreciate it.
That's right.
Now, on to Cam. We got a really, really important thing we need to talk about that we need some attention on and hopefully some of your guys' help with.
Yeah, so right now, the state of Washington's already kind of put out the gauntlet saying that there's going to be a $30 million shortfall. And guess where they're going to chop that axe?
They're going to cut $30 million out of the budget?
Yeah, it sounds out of the WDFW budget. And guess where they're thinking that it's going to be?
Where?
Where would you think, like, out of all the operations that the WDFW does, where would you think that most of that shortfall should come from? Do you think it should come from operations, studies, wolves, anything like that? Where do you think it's going to come from, Charles?
Well, where do I think it's going to come from?
Yeah.
Right out of our hatchery.
Oh, right out of our hatcheries. Yeah, so the gauntlet's already been set that there's going to be a $30 million shortfall in the budget, and a lot of that axe is going to fall upon our hatchery production, which, I mean, we need the hatchery production to feed orcas. We need the hatchery production, I think, out of everything that the state does, truth be told, is probably their best return on their investment to commercial fishing, to sport fishing, and their, you know, when you look at the economics of it all, is hatchery. But for some reason, it sounds like that's coming there. So on, so Hatchery Wild Coexist put out just a petition. We know it's an election year. We know it is time to start paying attention to this stuff. And even though, like, a lot of our candidates and a lot of our people that are up for election are kind of on the campaign trail right now, we need to make sure that we at least put a voice out there that's showing that, you know, this is they need to try harder. Like, we need to figure out what it is. And, like, it's almost, and I'm going to get a little political here, but it's almost kind of like, you know, when there's, like, state budget shortfalls, like, where do those hammers usually drop? Like, on school teachers, or on the police force, or on, like, it's like the stuff that always just seems to, like, kind of get the people's attention, right? And I almost feel like this is just another one of those, like, they're just gonna drop it on the hatcheries, which, man, that seems like a really smart idea this day and age. So,
Haven't we learned enough already?
No,
it's
we
like,
haven't.
how many
No,
more of those
no.
plants do we have to cut? And
no,
just-
I'm sure the Wild Fish Society guys are just. I'm sure Patagonia is loving this.
Well,
By the way,
how
I'm
much
sure
money
they're.
could we save if we started
Right.
doing it
I mean,
practically like
maybe we plant more fish and we sell more licenses, and maybe I would even say, like, if there's that much of a budget for, would you? So, like, maybe we'll take a little pull out there, like, real fast. Like, we gotta think outside the box here. Like, would you pay another $50 a year for your license if you could catch a few more salmon and steelhead?
No, because I can't trust that money's going to...
No, because I can't trust that money's going to be. So what if there was, like, an endorsement that only went to, like, hatchery production?
Somebody's gonna
What if that was all it was for?
accountable for
And it
that
was
money?
all, and it wasn't for maintenance. It was for actual fish and feeding them and releasing them.
we need to
If
ask
you're gonna
these people,
spare
not
that
Charles.
money went, and it was for sure going to go there.
If you knew it was going to go
I'll
there,
put
would you pay?
$500
You'd pay $500 more. I think there's not a person out there right now that would not pay more if they actually knew the money was going to be spent wisely and be put onto, like, and actually help produce hatchery fish and more of them. I mean, after all, we got to feed those starving orcas. 50 more million, was it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's like.
Well,
we
the
need
problem is it's not even going to be that they're going to cut from. They're going to cut from all the little fun fisheries that we
Right,
all love to
right,
do
right.
that they can easily eliminate. All the little steelhead plants that they put in all these little rivers and all the easy little things that they can just eliminate, and it doesn't
Right.
affect very many people in their eyes.
Right, and like everyone's like can't trust. I mean, yeah, we get it, guys. I mean, we saw like exactly how the Washington Commission treated the Columbia River endorsement when that came out with the reforms, and I mean, yeah, it's just, I mean, so yeah, of course, here we are again, and yeah, accountability, Dan Wilson. Dear God, I wish I could scream that as loud as I could right now. Accountability, there is none. So regardless, with that said, that's now going to be probably going to be the talking point till the next session in January, next legislative session, I believe. I think it's in January.
That's fine with that.
But the petition, let me finish. The petition is on Facebook, guys. At least for the God's sakes, if you're a Washingtonian, Clint, can you post that link that I gave you that I sent to you a little earlier? I sent it to you at the start of the feed, and you're supposed to do that, but it's Clint, so it's coming. We'll put it on our Addicted Facebook page, guys. Maybe we'll post it in the comments, and maybe Clint will do his job. But if you guys at the very least, if you're not going to do anything, if you're just not going to do it, at least sign it to say, hey guys, take another shot at this. Like, let's try to figure this out. The importance of the hatcheries, like to us, and especially in this day and age, like, come on, look at what California's doing, for God's sakes.
And look, guys, I know there's only about 450 of you watching right now, but we need every single one of you to please sign this petition. And not only that, we need you to spread it to everyone. We need to make our voices heard on this stuff. We have to make our voices heard. Like, we need this petition to be signed. We just need it. So please do everything you can. Share it around. Tell as many people as you can. Let's get this thing up over 100,000 signatures.
Right. Call the tribes. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tribal hatcheries that just seem to produce in bad ocean conditions, and I see people ask.
I mean, maybe
telling
we
who
can
to
do
vote
that.
for.
Just
I mean,
donate a bunch of money to the tribes.
I mean, right? I mean, if you gave me $1 million and said raise fish of the state of Washington, who would I give it to?
The tribes, yeah.
I would, yeah, for sure. So it's just, here's another one. Here we go. But either way, it's very interesting, and it's very sad, unfortunately, because, like I said, we'll spend. I mean,
Hey, unfortunately, Heath, we can't actually do that, dude. But if you guys want to donate to Hatchery and Wild, just go to hatchery-wild-coexist.com and donate. They're always taking donations on the website, and every little dollar that you give them is going to help in the cause. So,
Clint, if someone's watching that and they click that link right there, will it go to it?
No.
No. Okay. So
No,
that
I'm
doesn't.
putting it in the chats as well. And
Okay.
putting it-
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
At the very least, sign that. Like, if you're not doing anything else, just take 2 minutes and just go. It's a change.org. Just go sign it, and at least just. I mean, if we had. I mean, it'd be really cool if we could put like 100,000 people in there that are just saying, look, like let's figure it out, guys. Like, we got.
yeah, guys, and we will post it on the page tonight after this feed. I'll post it everywhere. I'll post it in the group. I'll post it everywhere tonight.
Yeah. So once again, here we go. Very, very disappointing.
Strictly CBD, says Addicted Hatchery, and guess what, dude? I don't think you're off base with that. And let's just say that may happen.
Bring back egg boxes. Start raising our own.
Anyways, thank you, Clint. Just throw that around there. Yeah, so like I said, just sign it, guys. If you're Washingtonian, and maybe even if you're not a Washingtonian, I mean, I don't know if you have to be a Washingtonian to sign it, but a lot of people travel to Washington State to sign it.
Look, if you care about these fish and
Right.
what's going on in the
I mean,
state,
if you care about orcas starving to death in the Puget Sound, you might want to freaking sign the stupid thing.
yeah, exactly.
Of course, they'll probably just like get rid of all the coho. They'll probably get all the stuff that's like non-orca because they have to. Oh god, it's ridiculous, completely ridiculous.
Yes, you can sign it no matter where you're at. This is just to show that there's a lot of the American people out there that are frustrated with what's going on,
Yeah.
and you're trying to elect change, and you're doing it in a manner that's not burning things down.
Let me see if I can pull that up here. Oh, sorry guys. Let's see if I can pull it up here for people.
Doug, if we do that, what we'll probably do, buddy, is start local and expand as we can.
You got to start somewhere. You can't start with 30. And it probably won't be an actual. It's not going to be a hatchery, but
We'll see.
the future of hatcheries is most likely private.
It is.
I would have to agree with that, Robert. Unfortunately, it's just been proven that it doesn't work. Here's just real fast. Wait, what?
What's going on? I gotta get off this feed.
I'm sorry, guys. Half second. Why is it showing 0 people signed it? That doesn't make... Oh, it just didn't update. Sorry, guys. I wanted to show you what you're looking for. There we go. Yeah, we just popped this open today. Go ahead and go side cam on that, because then they can at least see it. Since you failed in your job, Clint.
Okay.
Side cam. Boom. Oh. I should sign the petition too, I guess. I'm not going to sign it. No.
You guys, this thing just started. We literally just got this
just
going
started,
today.
yeah.
Cam was actually talking coincidentally to someone as he walked in the door today about some of the stuff that's going on here. So
Yeah, just to get it started. And like I said, guys, it is just like, it's just a petition, but hopefully they'll pay attention this time, but I doubt it. I'm jaded now.
we can only do what we can do, guys. We'll just keep trying to fight it and do the best we can.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the winner.
Yeah.
Pick a winner.
Let's do it. Let's get the hell
Someone
out
out there, someone who's been commenting and hanging out with us and staying with us. Dawn Best. Dawn Best says, what about all the orca food? You won yourself some Addicted Steelhead Blend Super Gel. Thank you, Dawn, so much for commenting. If you want to
Yes.
get this stuff, please shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your mailing address and make sure you let us know you won some
Right.
Addicted scent.
So,
And thank you. We appreciate it.
And so on that cut, guys, the list of possible cuts includes closing 10 hatcheries that statewide would cut Chinook, coho, and chum production by 7.2% and trout and kokanee releases by 12.3%. That's not the direction we want to be going.
No. Come on.
Hatchery repairs would also be cut 32%. So all those pumps that seem to go out and kill like 7 million fish at a time, yep. Definitely don't want to lose that infrastructure.
And that'll just give us one more thing for those assholes on the other side to come fight us, because that's one of the things they're always talking about is how our hatcheries are all run down and broken. And
Yep, it's all response to the directive from state financial managers who are projecting a gaping $9 billion hole in revenues due to coronavirus. And out of all the things that we can
maybe
still, we
if
can
our
still
governor
fish.
would open up the state,
Let's
we
not
wouldn't
get
be
into that.
losing so much
Let's
money.
not get into that.
Some absolute weird miracle.
Yep, 5.7. Yeah, yeah. As it stands, WDFW's proposed reductions amount to $5.7 million for fisheries and management, reduced crab outreach and lost gear recovery, $5.2 million for salmon steelhead production that would see closures of the Reeder Ponds, Tokal Creek, Forks Creek, the Nema, the Whitehorse, the Mayor Bros hatchery, and reductions in fish produced for orcas. Wait a second. Reduction in fish produced for orcas makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. We're about to lose them. They're all about
Yeah.
to die, and now we're going to just reduce more of their food.
That's the direction we want to be going.
Okay. A lot of people are asking for the link, guys. We'll post it on the page right after this. We'll post it on the group. We'll post it as many places as we can, so just keep a lookout for it on our
Yep.
Facebook page.
Hatchery. This is from
Everywhere.
the Northwest Sportsman magazine, guys. You can check out the article there. Hatchery grant shortfalls of $2.6 million would impact the Tootle, Skamania, and Elwha hatcheries, along with fisheries on the Columbia River and its tribs.
Hashtag no river names.
Hashtag shove off.
Okay,
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
wrap it up.
It is. Sorry to end it on a depressing note,
Yeah,
guys, but
anyway.
we need to bring up
Next
that
week.
attention. We got to bring that up
Right.
to you. What are we talking next week?
Next week, we'll get into the nitty gritty. We'll get into the
Nitty-gritty.
nitty gritty on Buoy 10,
We're
tides,
going to get into
strategy.
details on tides, on strategies.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll call a couple people in and talk about some bait,
Ooh.
maybe with some people. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
So tune back in next week. We'll be covering a bunch more stuff, Astoria salmon fishing. And yeah, I think that's all we got. Click the pinned comment, he says. Yes, go head over, check out that little link. Thanks again. We'll post it everywhere. We'll see you guys on the river.
Later, guys.